Welcome back to our life out in the country. Today we're going to be working on the bedroom again. We're ready to buy the materials that we need to finish Belle's bedroom. That's our daughter's bedroom. We have gutted it and we're renovating
the whole thing.
The whole thing completely from the beginning. We have to buy some insulation, some drywall, some compound, probably some other things.
Some lumber. So
that we can finish up the room and start getting the final touches in there. It should go quick now. So we're going to head to the store and we'll be back soon. We made it back. We got 2 bundles of insulation and 6 sheets of drywall. We should be able to get this job done. I'm going to start working right now. So I'm going to start with the insulation, obviously. We got to get it in the wall before we cover the wall. But I'm going to be suiting up with a new suit. This one is supposed to be breathable. I'm always complaining about sweating in my suit.
So hopefully this one you don't feel as hot.
This was marked down. I said, let's try it out. And if you guys want to know why I'm wearing this, it's because I like to. It's just fun. No, that's because I don't like the insulation getting all over my clothing.
And skin.
And just everywhere, yeah. This is kind of awkward. You guys gonna just watch me get dressed or what? There we go. Let's see how this one feels. I'm hot already, but it's breathable. How do I look? So let's recap. If you're just joining our channel, we're in the middle of a full house renovation. We bought this Homestead property in January. And we've been waiting for the weather to get nice so we can start working on it. We basically have to do a full house gut and renovation to make it what we want it. Right now, we're working on our daughter's bedroom. So this is going to be a small children's room. So far, gutted the room, built out the studs so we could have thicker walls. We live in Michigan. We wanted more insulation. We put some new ceiling joists in to support drywall. We put insulation in half the room and drywalled half the room. Now that we have more supplies on hand, I'm going to go ahead and insulate and hopefully drywall this remaining wall. Once these 2 walls are done, the room is ready for finished work. Can you guys see okay? I look like some kind of doctor in here. And 3/4, I don't know. That's a cutoff from one of these. Might as well use them up. As we go. I don't mean to be so quiet here. It's just one of those quiet and focused kind of jobs. But it's going in good. It's looking good. This bay might be a little tight because we have this double stud here. But I think this will squeeze in okay. I got this whole wall done with insulation to spare. In fact, 2 whole bats left over in the package. Right now I'm cleaning up my scraps because we can use all of this to fill up little gaps, nooks and crannies, holes in the next room and the next room throughout the rest of the house. If I'm spending money on a product, I like to have as little waste as I can. I totally forgot about this. I just noticed it. I gotta put some insulation in that last bay. Alright, now that that last bay is filled, the insulation is 100% done. We're going to put the plastic up and get this room drywalled. We're using a 6mm plastic sheeting for this. Something we haven't mentioned is that sometimes when you go to the store to buy stuff, the store doesn't have what you want. So we ordered this through the store, but online. Because we bought this 8 feet wide, so it could just fit on the walls. if you go to the store, you're going to buy plastic that it's way too wide or way too narrow, and you're going to end up with tons of waste. We try not to have waste, so we bought 12-foot wide plastic for the ceiling, 8-foot wide plastic for the walls. That's just a little tip that if you want to save money in the long run, don't just buy what's in stock. Do your shopping and be prepared ahead of time. This wall is the hardest wall for us to show you guys because this window is so hard to film against that there's so much backlighting. So we're doing our best to capture it. We're going to start here, just keep wrapping all the way around behind you guys. And it should go pretty quick. I think it's only 5 sheets.
Yeah. And then we'll be done.
Done. And then we move on to finish work, which is going to be awesome. By the time we're done with this house, we're going to have so many
cut-offs
of these little 6-inch cutoffs. And maybe I'll cut out. Look how wide that looks. Is that normal?
Probably.
2.5 inches. I did this wrong.
You did?
Yeah. It's 31 3/8, not 5/8.
Is that why it looks wider
Yeah.
than it should?
Good thing I double measured.
We caught it on camera.
If it doesn't look right, measure again. Right?
Yeah. Let's see how much difference it will be. That much?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That would have been annoying.
That looks more normal. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Gotta have at least one clean side.
Wait, we have to cut off the side.
What are we doing? Okay. Okay.
I just remembered that.
Oh. I know what you guys are thinking. Did Doug forget the foot lift? No, I got it. And this is what I was talking about for raising drywall into place. But you're stepping on it and lifting the drywall up. I'm going to be doing this wall next, and since this wall is less than 8 feet wide, I'm going to go ahead and hang my sheets horizontally instead of vertically like we have done on the rest of the room. I want to do that because a horizontal seam is just easier to finish. That's why you see a lot of pros hanging their sheets horizontally. If you can bring in 12-foot sheets, 16-foot sheets of drywall into your house, hang them horizontally and it'll make your job a lot easier. There'll be a lot less seams to tape and finish. But since we're working with 8-foot sheets, we've been putting them vertically. The other reason is because we have an outlet right in the center of the room. Our sheet would break right along the outlet. That's a pain to cut cut and tape right around this outlet box. That'll hold it. I guess the moral of the story is don't be afraid to change up your sheets. They don't all have to go the same direction.
Yeah.
Whatever works best.
Whatever makes sense.
Yep.
There.
So what I'm doing now should have been done already, but I just noticed it. I'm shimming out this top plate because it's set back. I can feel an edge on my studs going up, and then this plate is back quite far over here, and it gets less as it goes out to the end. So just the framing wasn't in line. And so I can use these drywall shims to build out the wall so that when we screw the drywall on, it's supported and not going to be pulled back, especially if I screw a screw up here, it would crack the drywall. Hopefully I did this one right. We'll put it there. They call me the human jigsaw. Actually looks good. I'm too close to the wall. More? Thank you.
Get another one ready.
Oops. Sorry. Watch out for dust in your eyes. Last piece, we're almost done. We wanted to share the excitement with you guys. There it is. So there it is, guys. The drywall is complete. Well, putting it on the wall at least. Now we have the hard part of taping and compounding all the seams. That's the slow part, and I'll probably start with it today. Just do some of these seams back here. I'm telling you, we'll be honest, that wasn't easy. And in fact, I won't get into it. We're not trying to hide anything, but we actually lost 3 sheets of drywall that we had to just totally scrap because we realized we were making a big mistake with our layout of how the sheets were ending. We just had to start all over again. It was a real disaster. So sometimes these projects don't come out perfect and you can't get too upset. You just gotta go with the flow and make it work. Now on camera, this room probably looks pretty normal, but in real life, we've been having some questions about the size of it. You know, we built out the walls a couple inches, we moved this closet around a couple inches, and the room feels narrow to us. It feels small. And we know it's a small bedroom, and that's not a big problem, but we really don't want it to feel cramped. You know, you want your rooms to feel kind of comfortable when you come into them. There is question of, oh, should we have put it, laid it out differently to make the room feel bigger? See, you don't gain any extra square footage if we move the closet around. It's all the same square footage. It's just how it feels. There's been some people suggesting that we put the closet on that wall. The reason we don't want to do that is because there's actually not much room here. The closet would come straight out to the window, and I think that would look really awkward. And you'd have to move her door or have her door come into the closet wall, and it'd be a jutting out corner. We don't like that. So this layout is what we came up with that works the best for us and just our own feels. But like I said, it is small, and so it's going to be interesting to see how it comes together once the bed and everything is in here. So I'm almost done, but let me share with you some of my bad compounding skills on this wall before we go. When you're ripping your paper, you don't have to go the full width. If it's easier for you to work in small sections, you could literally do 3 or 4 feet at a time even if you had to. Just butt them up to it. You could even overlap them if you wanted, but just butt them up. A little crack isn't going to make a difference as long as it's mostly covered. When you first open a bucket of compound, there's a lot of air bubbles in it, and it helps to mix it before you start working with it. Visual. Now I don't know how other people feel about this, but I don't worry about squeezing out too much compound from under my tape, because some people might have the tendency to leave a lot of compound under their paper because they want it to stick. I squeeze it pretty clean, and I find that it actually sticks better for me that way. As long as it's initially saturated, you can pretty much squeeze it out pretty thin. In fact, I find that if you leave too much compound under the tape, it can actually cause more problems and cause the tape to peel out. That's just my experience. So now that the tape is in there, I'm going to go pretty heavy and just fill in that valley that it's sitting in. Sometimes I work it on the wall like this because I didn't mix my bucket. It has a lot of air in it. So I like to fill and work it, kind of like mixing it on the wall. That looks fine. So that's one seam done. First coat, I'll probably go 2 to 3 coats on that. Got a lot more to do, but I'm going to keep working. That's all I have to share today. So until next time, take care. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got all these seams done. Looking good. Didn't do the corner because it has an intersecting seam right there. But I'm making big progress on the room. Maverick came in, he wants to give it a try. Let's see how he does. Yeah, put it on nice and thin. Alright, Maverick. It's looking good, but I think the tool's getting a little bit messy. Can I clean it now? Thank you. As you can see, he knows his stuff and he puts my work to shame. He's a good helper. Just gonna clean this up.